My Colonel wants money!
Alright, so UFC Atlanta, Joaquin Buckley versus Kamaru Usman is this Saturday. So I'm going to give my predictions and give a very in-depth breakdown on every single fight. And most importantly, create an absolute locker for Parlay. That's going to be almost guaranteed to hit because I'm betting the house on this. And if it doesn't, I'm going to need Michael Chandler to adopt me. But that's probably unlikely to happen because I don't think I'm his type. Alright, starting off with Jamie Lynn Horth versus Vanessa Demopoulos. I mean, what is there to say about this matchup? I'm probably going to go with Jamie Lynn Horth because she's a minus 600 favorite. And Vanessa Demopoulos is just complete dog shit. Anyway, for our next fight, Phil Rowe versus Ange Lusa. I genuinely don't know why they took the two most boring fighters on the roster and decided to match them up together. Like, that matchmaking genuinely makes no sense. But I'm gonna go with Ange Lusa here. Phil Rowe is fairly low output. He's not really that good either. And neither is Ange Lusa. Ange Lusa is really weird because he's just not really good at anything. He's just like really hard to put away. And since Phil Rowe can only really win by finish, he's fighting a guy who can't be finished, so I'm probably gonna go with Ange Lusa by decision. But this fight is going on the parlay. This one I'm absolutely confident in. Bet on this fight to go to decision, okay? Ange Lusa doesn't finish anybody, and he's impossible to finish. And on top of that, Phil Rowe is a low output striker. I mean, this is basically a lot. Alright, so the next fight, Ricky Simone versus Cameron Smotherman. I mean, this fight is just basically unfair. I think Ricky Simone is a lock here. I'm not going with Ricky Simone because I think Ricky Simone is really good. Cameron Smotherman is genuinely terrible. Like, this guy shouldn't even be in the UFC right now. He's like Bellator level competition. All this guy has is like mid boxing. I think Ricky Simone should like beat him pretty easily, whether that's KO or decision. Like, Simone is just better everywhere. I think he has the better boxing, he has the better wrestling. I honestly think he should probably use the wrestling here because I think it'd just be way easier for him. But yeah, Ricky Simone is also going on the parlay. Alright, so the next fight, Cody Durden versus Jose Ochoa. I'm gonna go with Jose Ochoa here. Jose Ochoa seems pretty good everywhere, and he had a really close competitive fight with Loney Kavanaugh, and Loney Kavanaugh is really good everywhere. So having a close fight with him on the feet is pretty impressive. I'm pretty sure he also has like a height advantage here and a reach advantage. Also, Cody Durden is just mid, so yeah, I'm going with Jose Ochoa. Then the next fight is Malcolm Wellmaker versus Chris Moutinho. Chris Moutinho coming back to the UFC after a 4-fight win streak. Might be a 5-fight win streak, I can't remember. But I honestly think this is a really tough matchup for Malcolm Wellmaker. Not because I think Chris Moutinho is good, but I think that this is probably like the worst stylistic matchup for Malcolm Wellmaker. If we see the same Chris Moutinho that we saw in the Sean O'Malley fight, now he's had a bit of time to recover, he's got a couple wins now. Like, if we see this guy just with crazy pressure walking down Malcolm Wellmaker, I don't know if he could win, but I'm not too sure that Malcolm Wellmaker can just KO him in one shot. I mean, he probably can. Malcolm Wellmaker does have a lot of power, but realistically, he only has that one like hook shot, and outside of that, he's not really like KOing guys with anything else. Like, I've watched a couple of Malcolm Wellmaker fights, and almost every single time, it's like round one, they're having a close competitive fight, the guy's landing a bit on Wellmaker, and then all of a sudden, Wellmaker just lands this like crazy winging hook, and it just knocks the guy out cold. It literally happens every single time, and Chris Moutinho does have a decent chin. I don't think he's going to be able to KO him in the same way, but to be fair, Chris Moutinho is pretty shit, so Wellmaker will probably get the KO. But Wellmaker is also like fairly low output. He mainly just throws this like side kick, and then he's just looking for the knockout. I feel like if you have good pressure, good boxing, and just a granite chin, kind of like Chris Moutinho, you could pull it off. I'm still going with Malcolm Wellmaker, probably by KO in the first round. Alright, so the next fight is Michael Chiesa versus Court McGee. I genuinely don't know who this matchup is for, or why they're even doing this. It just makes absolutely no sense. Nobody wants to see this. Like, there's no way there's anybody at home like, "Whoa, get in! Michael Chiesa versus Court McGee, let's go!" Like, I genuinely don't think anyone has ever said that sentence before me. But I'm gonna go with Michael Chiesa because Court McGee is awful. I mean, this guy is probably like 70 years old by now. But I think Michael Chiesa is probably gonna sub him in the first round. But Michael Chiesa is a lock. Okay, he's also going on the parlay. Alright, for the next fight, Paul Craig versus Rodolfo Bellato. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who wins. I can't even pretend to care about this fight at all. Like, this is genuinely the lowest stakes fight of all time. If Rodolfo Bellato beats Paul Craig, it does literally nothing for his career. Like, beating Paul Craig is absolutely meaningless. On top of that, he's returning to light heavyweight, so it means even less now. And then if Paul Craig wins, I mean, who cares, bro? It does nothing again. Like, this is such a low stakes fight. I'm just gonna go with Rodolfo Bellato because he's like a minus 300 favorite, and everyone thinks that he's just gonna absolutely smoke Paul Craig for some reason. I genuinely don't know why this was rebooked. I remember when this fight got cancelled the first time, everyone was like so sad. People online were like, "Oh no, bro, we just lost Paul Craig versus Rodolfo Bellato." Bro, the only reason I was sad that we lost this fight is because I lost my goon break. This is such a stupid fight. I don't even know why anyone is excited for this. People are like, "Bro, it's gonna be such a good scrap, man." Like, bro, Rodolfo Bellato versus I think it was Jimmy Crute. Bro, I fell asleep at the start of that fight and woke up after Tatiana Suarez versus Zhang Weili. Alright, so the next fight, Alonzo Menefield versus Umar Sy. I'm gonna go with Umar Sy. I think he's really well-rounded. He's like one of the few light heavyweights that's actually good. His striking is okay, his grappling is okay. But, I mean, he has it all, which like every single light heavyweight just doesn't have for some reason. Like, literally, light light heavyweight is just full of strikers, and Alonzo Menefield is terrible, okay? Like, this guy had a competitive close fight with a guy who just got signed to the UFC. I think he was taking it on like a week's notice or something. But yeah, I'm probably gonna go with Umar Sy by decision. Alright, so next we have Mansour Abdul Malik versus Cody Brundage. Whoever made this fight is like genuinely evil. Why would anyone think that this is a good matchup for Cody Brundage? Like, this is the freest win ever, okay? Mansour Abdul Malik is gonna KO Cody Brundage in the first round. Like, genuinely, what is Cody Brundage gonna do to Mansour Abdul Malik? Like, if you hate Cody Brundage this bad, just come from the promotion. Why are you feeding him to this guy? Mansour has better striking, better wrestling, he's more powerful, he's faster, and this fight is obviously going on the parlay, Mansour by KO. I mean, that's just basically a lock as well. And then the next fight, Cody Garbrandt versus Raoni Barcelos. I'm really not sure why they made this matchup. It literally, this is just awful. Like, who wants to see Cody Garbrandt fight Raoni Barcelos? This makes like no sense to me. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Raoni Barcelos by probably decision. I don't know if he's gonna be able to get the finish on Cody Garbrandt. I mean, Davison Figueiredo was able to submit Cody Garbrandt like pretty easily. And Davison's obviously really good, okay, he's a former champ, but like, it was easy enough to where I think that Raoni Barcelos could probably do something similar. Like, Cody was doing good on the feet, but Barcelos isn't gonna stand on the feet with Cody Garbrandt. Like, he's probably gonna go straight for the takedown. I think he's probably just gonna win a lay and pray decision. Also, this one's definitely going on the parlay. He's only like minus 180, I think, which is really surprising because I really don't know how Cody Garbrandt wins this one. Alright, so Edmund Shabazian versus Andre Petroski. I'm gonna go with Andre Petroski by decision. I'm kind of surprised to see so many people picking Edmund Shabazian, just because Gerald Meerschaert literally like ragdolled this guy last time. Just absolutely mogged him and destroyed him in the striking and the grappling. GM3 is just the GOAT of the sport. There is a good chance that Edmund gets a KO. I really think that Andre Petroski is like really good. Well, I don't think he's really good, but I think his wrestling is really good. And even though he's like the only person to ever KO himself, I think he could probably take down Edmund Shabazian and slow him down like early on, just like lay on him. And then by like rounds 2 and 3, Edmund's gonna be too tired to get the KO, and I think Petroski's just gonna win a decision. But at the same time, I don't think his striking's very good, so there's a good chance that Edmund does just chin him. But like, I'm not gonna pick Edmund just because I think he might be able to chin him. Like, that is so stupid. Andre Petroski's really good. I think he's really underrated right now. So yeah, basically Andre Petroski by lay and pray. Alright, so the next fight, Rose Namajunas versus Miranda Maverick. I'm pretty excited for this one. I think this one is definitely gonna take place on the night of the fight. I think they're gonna be wearing shorts and stuff. I'm expecting Rose Namajunas to get a pretty early KO here. I mean, she's just been knocking everybody out recently. Maybe Miranda Maverick even could get a finish, who knows? I think this is gonna be a pretty high-paced fight here, so basically anything can happen. But this fight is going on the parlay. I'm gonna go with Rose Namajunas by decision. I think that's basically a lock. If there is a finish in this fight, I'm willing to lose my money because that's just literally never gonna happen. And finally, for the main event, Kamaru Usman versus Joaquin Buckley. This is a really good matchup. I feel like a lot of people are counting out Kamaru Usman. A lot of people are talking about him retiring if he loses this one, and like Joaquin Buckley's just gonna absolutely destroy him. I really don't think that Kamaru Usman is this cooked, at least not yet. Like, bro, this guy lost to Leon Edwards, the GOAT, and then he lost to Chimaev, bro. Like, bro, losing to Chimaev is really not that bad, especially because he survived the ground against Hamzat Chimaev with Chimaev on his back. Like, I really don't think that Kamaru Usman is like some fragile old man now. I understand his knees are cooked, and I really do think that's gonna screw him over in the fight, but I don't think he's like completely finished or anything. But I'm going with Joaquin Buckley to win this, probably by a decision or like a really late KO. I don't think that he's like a lot better than Kamaru Usman or anything, but I think he's gonna be way faster, he's gonna be way stronger, a lot more powerful too, and I think Buckley's probably just gonna win on damage. But I do think this is a close fight. Joaquin Buckley does tend to fade. Like, even in the Colby Covington fight, he was kind of fading in like round 2. But the only reason I'm picking Joaquin Buckley is because I don't really think Usman really has much for him either. Like, he has a good jab, he's pretty crafty, but Colby was able to take Joaquin Buckley down, but he was only able to do so with a double leg. And because Kamaru Usman's knees are so screwed, he can't really double leg Joaquin Buckley. And I think Buckley will be able to defend a single pretty easily, which means I think that Kamaru Usman is basically just cooked. Like, I don't think he's completely cooked, but it's like, what is he realistically going to do to Joaquin Buckley? The thing that he has on Joaquin Buckley is probably going to be the gas tank, but I think he's going to be too damaged for that to matter as the rounds go on. Like, unless this guy somehow wins a decision off of a jab, I really don't see what else he's going to be able to do to Joaquin Buckley. So yeah, Joaquin Buckley either by decision or like round 3 or 4 KO. So those were all my predictions. Now on to the parlay. The first thing to go on the parlay obviously is Phil Rowe versus Ange Lusa to go the distance. That one is the pick that I'm most confident in. I'm like absolutely certain that's a lot. Then Ricky Simone to beat Cameron Smotherman. Those odds are also pretty good as well. I think Ricky Simone is only like a minus 100 something favorite. It might be minus 180. And then Raoni Barcelos, again, also like I said, he's also like minus 180. Then Michael Chiesa is just obviously a lot. Court McGee's like 80 years old. And then Rose Namajunas to win by decision. I mean, this is just an absolute locker for parlay. You bet $20, you get like 120. Guys, if you don't do this parlay, you're just basically missing out on free money for like no reason. Now, sadly, I can't do this parlay, so I'm basically just doing this for you guys because I can't legally gamble yet. So I'm basically just karma farming, giving you guys free money. And if this does hit and you bet on it, you have to donate at least half of that to me. Now, but all jokes aside, let me know who you guys have in the main event, whether it's Kamaru Usman or Joaquin Buckley. And sorry I've been really inconsistent this past couple months. After my exams are over, I'm actually gonna lock in on YouTube, uploading on both my channels. My second channel is on my page. If you just click on it and go down, you'll see my second channel. I'll be uploading there as well. But after like July 1st, I'm actually locking in, bro. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe. All right.
Finna take that lounge truck to Japan. I like the nigga, get your bands up. Yes, she can.